Chapter 2 is about 2 weeks old, and we've spoken about everything. We've said how good I think the season is, I've said what they think they can do to improve, but one thing I haven't done is predict the entirety of Chapter 7. People just kept harassing me over it. They were like, oh, predict Chapter 7! And I was like, whoa, guys, it's a bit early for that, no? But I just couldn't walk down to, like, Tesco's without someone being like, predict Chapter 7! So fine. I'll predict Chapter 7. Are you happy now? This video was actually supposed to come out on the 9th, but for whatever reason I decided that 4 other videos took priority over this one, so I've been forced to change the script. A prediction I had to cut out of the video was my prediction that the snow during Winterfest would only cover this general area of the map, and lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. Now, there's no way for me to prove myself to you. You're kind of just supposed to take my word for it. So do that. Okay, now let's move on to the current predictions. December is going to be just your typical month from here on out. This place right here is going to be a named POI. Christmas Hatsune Miku is going to be a free skin this Winterfest. Fortnite OG will do something surprising and actually fix the lighting in Season 7. And finally, the snowball launcher that doesn't do any damage will be back. Next, we've got January. Now, January is going to be a bit of a dead month. It's mainly going to be carried by a big collab that everyone goes, oh my god, it's popular brand and character. I'm going to poo myself, like collab, you know what I mean? If you ask me, it's probably going to be something like South Park or maybe a random anime that I didn't know existed, just something to keep the normies interested in the game. At the end of January, we're also going to get the Ice Storm live event in Fortnite OG, which will add snow to the entire map for about 2 weeks, and then it will slowly start to melt, leading to the Prisoner escaping. The Prisoner and the Ice King will both get new skins at some point, but we'll get to that later. In January, I also think they're going to be adding back the Air Royale playlist for OG Season 7 to keep players interested over the incredibly long season. They're also going to remove the Stranger Things map from Blitz rotation and instead replace it with the Chapter 4 Blitz map to rotate alongside the Chapter 7 one. February is going to be a bit of a big month. It's going to be the first big month of the year. It's going to give us basically an entire update themed around the 7. The Foundation will return to the island in a cinematic. I swear to God, it better be a cinematic, because I swear to God, if he just shows up like, hey guys, it's me, the Foundation, and I've been gone for 4 years, but I'm back now, I'm going to freak out. With the Foundation, his Rift rifle will finally be added to the game after it was seen in the Chapter 2 finale and the Foundation's official render. How it wasn't in the game before this point is beyond me, but it's here now. I would also predict that the Rift pistol from the same event would be coming to the game too, but apparently they're not doing that one. The season will culminate with the Cube Cradle taking the 0 point shard and rebuilding the 0 point, except this time it's an evil 0 point. Ooh, scary. Next, we've got March, and Season 2 will be released. Season 2 will be focused on a Last Reality invasion, except not really an alien invasion. There's no UFOs, there's no laser beams. Instead, this one is going to be kind of a take on the spy theme and will be a sort of secret invasion by the Last Reality built off of secrecy. It's like a secret. How many times have I got to say secret before you understand the theme of the season? I predict that Season 2 will be a military-based season where Jones, Hope, and the Foundation are at war with the Last Reality, but it's kind of a hidden war in the shadows, kind of secret, because the Last Reality want to take over the island in secret. This season will be based less on aliens and instead will focus on the humans inside of the Last Reality, okay? Just trust me on this. Keep an eye on Humble Hills. I think something's going to happen here. Maybe it will sort of turn into a little stronghold for the alliance of Jones, Hope, and the Foundation. Inner Loop Labs will, of course, change. This is a safe prediction because the Cube Cradle is there right now, so it only makes sense. Keep an eye on Area 51. The Last Reality will take over this POI at some point. And finally, watch the movie set over here. This POI will change into a new movie set every season, and it will be a very fun time. I stole this prediction off a guy off Twitter, so thank you very much for that. The Arc Lightning Gun is just going to be gone. It isn't giving I'm going to stay for more than one season vibes, you know. The Become a Boss mechanic is either going to be removed or heavily changed. The Enforcer AR, dual micro SMGs, Vengeful Sniper Rifle, and maybe even the wingsuit will be vaulted from the game. I hope they don't vault the wingsuit. It should stay in the loot pool forever, in my opinion. And a random prediction is that the proper fire will be added back in one way or another. There you go, I said it. Come back to this video when I'm right. The Battle Pass will have 2 collabs, and the rest of the skins will be based on humans inside of the Last Reality, and maybe some guys as part of Hope and Jones and the Foundation's alliance. One of the skins will be an alien that looks like an uncanny human, like one of those guys from the Polar Express, you know what I'm talking about? And finally, this skin of Dr. Sloan will be finally added back to the game, and she'll be working for the Last Reality. She's going to be our first look at the corrupted characters who will become more prominent as the chapter progresses. I just remembered I don't mention Dr. Sloan for the rest of the script. stuff happens with her. That's my prediction. OG Season 8 will be released, and Sidewinder, Peely, and The Prisoner will all get remixes. Sidewinder will be as close to the original skin as possible, a bit like the Black Knight situation where they only change it a little bit just to say it's a different skin. Peely is going to be a remix of Blackheart, and of course Peely. This is the way to stick to the pirate theme. And The Prisoner is going to be a remix of him and Ruin combined into one creature. Listen, I know there are doubters, but okay, trust me, I'm right. OG Season 8 will last almost exactly the same amount of time and will take us to late June. Some random predictions about OG Season 8. The geysers won't work properly, the block place will completely disappear, and they won't even change the motel place at all. I also predict that the snow will have some sort of visual glitch, and they will have finally fixed the rotation of the mountains. Next, we go smoothly into April, and during this month we get our first real update for Reload, which will give us a new map based on more Chapter 2 locations. This time it will be based off Chapter 2 Season 2, and we will get the Agency, the Shark, the Rig, Catty Corner, and an original POI that is like an extended version of one of the Chapter 2 landmarks. I don't know which one yet. And yes, I know Catty Corner was a Season 3 POI, but I'll still think they'll do it. They will not add NPCs, bosses, or henchmen of any kind to Reload, and instead you can open the vault by solving puzzles and challenges. Trust me, okay? It's gonna happen. Watch out for a big collab in April. Trust me. There will also be a controversial unvault in Battle Royale. Finally, LEGO Fortnite Odyssey is gonna have a part 2 to their Ninjago update, bringing Wu, Lloyd, and Nia to the game, and leaving the door open to a part 3 in the future where they could add Sora and Arin and whoever else is in Dragon's Rising. I don't know why I called him Arin, his name's Aaron. May is going to bring a brand new map to the Blitz rotation and will be based on the Star Wars POIs from Galactic Battle, and the loot pool will reflect Galactic Battles. But only when it's on the Star Wars map. This is the only logical thing. Battle Royale will have a smaller Star Wars update, maybe they'll just add back lightsabers, maybe a gun or two, nothing crazy. They know better than to do that. And this year, yet again, we will not be getting lightsaber pickaxes. Instead, we will get a Grogu/Baby Yoda sidekick and a new Mandalorian skin, maybe Bo-Katan without the Darksaber, and instead they will give her a shovel. Season 2 of Battle Royale will not end with a live event, and I'll explain why in a second. Instead, it will end with a cutscene. That's right, you heard me correct. This cutscene will involve the army Jones, Hope, and the Foundation have built over the course of the season, storming the Last Reality base at Area 51 to take control over a weapon that they can use to destroy the Cube Cradle once and for all. Oh, and the Foundation kills the Dark Voyager, he's dead now. But at the last moment, a portal opens like the one in the Chapter 2 finale, bringing all the motherships and the cradles to the island, including the real Cube Cradle, the one that's massive. It'll abduct all of us, and the Foundation will tell Jones and Hope to use the Rift device to go somewhere to get some sort of help or power or weapon or whatever to help defeat the Last Reality. We do what he says and flee the Golden Coast, leaving the Foundation alone with the entity inside of the Cube Cradle. This will take us to June, which will be our first mini-season of the year. Yes, I know leakers said that there wouldn't be any more mini-seasons, but I believe that Epic Games are just doing a much better job at hiding now, considering that we knew about the Simpsons season a year in advance. The mini-season will be based on Marvel, but just not any Marvel characters, the symbiote specifically. The map will be based on a symbiote-infected Marvel world, and a lot of the Battle Pass characters will be symbiote skins. There will even be some Fortnite original version that everyone hates. My bet is on Cuddle Team Leader. The Venom and Carnage mythics will return, and so will a version of Stark Industries, except it's all going to be all goopy and abandoned and icky. I have no idea what Jones and Hope are looking for here, but they want something from this reality, which is the reason they have come to this world. Throughout the weeks, we'll have a mix of unvaulted weapons and items like the Marvel mythics, and we might even get a new symbiote-related content. Maybe there'll be some kind of big symbiote that we can take control over like there is in every season ever, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, Blitz will celebrate its 1-year anniversary by re-adding medallions back into the game, making it infinitely more enjoyable for everyone. They will also finally give in and add a build version. Hooray for the build players. Fortnite Festival will continue with its weird practices, and it will become more and more obvious that the mode has no real future unless there's changes made. Fortnite Ballistic will add its first update of the year, adding a bunch of fixes and finishing 2 shell maps and finally texturing them. Hooray. Brick Life will get some kind of symbiote Marvel themed update, adding something to the game. And we'll also get the addition of a brand new metaverse game mode under Warner Brothers. This one will be a Space Jam themed mode, which also ties into the basketball leaks we've been seeing recently. Come on, man, I know my stuff. June is going to be a pretty hectic month for Fortnite, but everything is going to calm down after this. Just joking, Season 3 launches next month. To end the Marvel mini-season, we do some sort of symbiote live event with Hope and Jones, potentially defeating the symbiotes and saving the Marvel world, giving us access to some sort of item and allowing us to return to Chapter 7. Now, you may notice that my predictions are a little less specific now, and that's because I'm predicting a made-up live event for a made-up season that is also a sequel to a season that is also made up. How specific do you want me to be when I've made it all up? We travel back to Chapter 7, but it's all different now. The once beautiful, peaceful world of the Golden Coast has now been fully taken over by the Last Reality, and what's more, the world is governed by the replacement of the Dark Voyager, the General, aka the Corrupted Scientist. Yeah, I went there. This season is going to be a bit of a filler season, but this season is going to be the Gala-based season that was leaked a very, very long time ago. The story of the season will have Hope and Jones arriving back on the island undercover and trying to understand what the hell is going on. Because of this, Hope will don a new skin to fit in with the last reality, this skin right here, and Jones will probably still be in his Vengeance Jones outfitted. In fact, he'll probably just be using Scuba Jonesy or something stupid. The last reality will be unveiling their rebuilt 0 point to their followers at the end of the season at the Las Vegas-y POI over here, which they have taken over and turned into a venue where they will show off their 0 point. The Foundation will still be missing, and that's the basic of the storyline. Wonky Land will be a last reality alien-themed POI where everything is based off of alien tropes and weird stuff like that. The movies at this place will be all alien-themed, and they'll have some sort of weird and wacky movies. Finally, the movie set POI over here will be one of the only normal POIs on the map, as the last reality will be in charge of the movie set, and instead of making it an alien movie, the aliens will be making a human movie. So it's quite funny if you think about it. It'll be like a shitey version of Retail Row or something like that. Now, random prediction here. The loophole in this season is going to be a mess. They're going to like unvault some old last reality weapons, and for some reason they're going to unvault the Lawless shotgun as well. Like, going back to Fortnite OG at some point in June, they'll probably add the Floor is Lava LTM to kind of keep the player base active while the season kind of stretches on a little bit. And then a week or two after Season 3 launches, the unvaulting event will happen in Fortnite OG. Now, personally, here's what I think is going to happen. I think they'll just rig the vote entirely to keep the loot pool for Season 9 identical to how it was back in the day. I just think that's what they're going to do. Season 9 OG will obviously also release during this time. Now, compared to Seasons 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, Season 9 isn't all that popular. And for that reason, Season 9 will run from July to late August instead, a bit of a shorter season compared to 7 and 8. The Season 9 OG Pass will consist of Mecha Team Leader, Demi, and Rox as the big boy tier skin. Season 9 will have a big glitch regarding the wind tunnels, and they'll also use the wrong version of the pressure plant for no reason at all. Also, the mech won't build properly, and instead it will just show up. Come back to this video when I'm right. Reload will get its second map this year, and it will be purple. You can figure the rest out yourself. I don't want to do all the work for you. Season 3 will end with the story quest allowing us to enter the 0 point gala. However, our cover is blown by the General, aka the Scientist. We have a boss battle live event with the General like we did with the Tentacle of the Dark Presence and even with Doom, and eventually we free the Scientist from the last reality and he joins our side. However, we also unlock a special cutscene where the last reality realize what's going on and send in the Corrupted 7. The Origin, the Order, the Visitor, the Foundation, the Paradigm, and yes, I know Paradigm wasn't chromed, I just feel like they'll make her evil. And I know there was that Visitor in Fortnite OG, but I just don't think that's canon Visitor anymore. I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. They're evil now, just accept it. Season 4 opens with a bang in late August, and the Corrupted 7 are sent in by the Nothing to deal with Hope, Jones, and now the Scientist once and for all. There'll be a few POIs based on the 7 scattered around the map. Keep an eye on this place, Area 51, Inner Loop Labs, and here. The Origin will have a POI based on cubes, the Foundation will have a POI based on some corrupted sanctuary looking place, and near the end of the season there will be a mechanic like Godzilla and the Mechazord where you'll be able to get the ability to pilot the corrupted mech alongside Paradigm. Basically just like the collision event, except this time it's in a match and you're evil mode. The Scientist will have a reimagined sign-up station where he will come up with a plan to fix everything, and the main story of the season will be attempting to free certain members of the 7 and push back the last reality, and also help Scientist with his plan. Now, I know what you're asking. Craig, is this season gonna happen? Hell no. Not a chance in hell. Is it fun to pretend it'll happen? Yeah. Fortnite OG Season X will launch in late August and will last from late August all the way to late October, possibly even early November. Now, I do have a theory that I'm very confident in, and that's like Fortnite will shut down Fortnite OG for a month to build up hype for OG Chapter 2. I know it sounds silly, but I really think they will. So Season X would last from August until early November, where the end event eventually happens and the black hole happens and OG is shut down, putting all emphasis on the November mini-season, which I do think is going to happen, by the way. Back in Chapter 7, the Scientist devises a plan and travels to the OG reality, having him be the version of the Scientist in OG Season X. That's right, it's all connected. In the Season X OG Pass, we'll have the Scientist, Rustlord, and for absolutely no reason, a new version of Ramirez. Fortnitemares arrives in Chapter 7, and I'm not gonna lie, it's got nothing to do with the story again, I won't lie to you. There's gonna be some like Michael Jackson FNAF themed whatchamacallit, I'm serious. Come back to this video when I'm right. Finally, Hope and Jones end the season by initiating their part of the Scientist plan. This will happen in a live event where the Corrupted 7 and the Last Reality have won, causing Hope and Jones to have no choice but to completely leave Reality Zero yet again, and they travel somewhere else for a little help. The Ice Moon. Turns out that the Scientist believes that the Ice King would be able to help with such an ordeal, and while he does his part in the OG reality, Jones and Hope must convince the Ice King to help them defeat the last reality. This would take us to Chapter 7 Mini Season 2, the Ice Moon, which would be Fortnite's first original mini-season since Chapter 5. It's either that or it's Chapter 3 Remix, but I think this option's much cooler. The map would be kind of small, like the Simpsons map, taking place on the Ice Moon, and every week a bunch of new items would get released from the Ice King's castle, building the Looper's arsenal and preparing everyone for war. If you read Zero War, you know that the Ice King collects powerful creatures and items from across the Omniverse, and for the longest time I thought it would be like such a good season if they just used the Ice King again. He comes with content. You can literally add anything to the game when the Ice King's one of the main characters, okay? He literally has everything. Also, I'm not gonna lie, after Season 3 started, we left the predictions business. We are now just simply in the cope business. There's absolutely no way any of this is happening, but I don't care. In the mini pass, we would finally get our Ice King remix. See, I told you it was happening. There would also be some other ice-themed hootenanny. I don't care what else it is, as long as the Ice King's there. Meanwhile, in Season X, the scientist would meet up with the OG versions of the 7 and convince them to help him fight against the corrupted 7 in Fortnite OG. They agreed to help, and in the end event, just as the black hole starts to appear, we see the last reality arrive in the OG reality, and the OG 7 and the scientist all rift away. The black hole would then happen and OG would be shut down until Chapter 8. In Reload and Blitz, cube cradles and the last reality motherships would start to appear in the skyboxes around the islands. This would kind of signify to everyone that the last reality was taking over the entire metaverse. Every week a new game mode would be disabled, first OG, then maybe Blitz, then Reload, until all that was left was Battle Royale on the Ice Moon. When the season ends, the Ice King agrees to help fight the last reality and allows the Looper to use his collection to fight against the last reality. The OG7 and the scientist also arrive on the Ice Moon ready to fight, and the Ice King detaches a piece of the Ice Moon and sends it down to Chapter 7, just like what happened in Chapter 1, except this time it was intentional. We arrive in Chapter 7 and we begin the battle. Unlike 0 Hour, this is going to basically be a purely Fortnite-based live event without many collabs at all. All the hype moments are going to come from Fortnite original characters and set pieces. Some of the things that might happen in this event include us piloting a rocket after all this time to take down some of the motherships or cube cradles. The Ice King uses his astral projection ability to take down the Paradigm's mech and free her from the last reality. The OG Foundation fighting against the corrupted Foundation. The two scientists teaming up to fight hordes of maybe Chimera or Crow monsters or cube monsters or whatever. The corrupted Origin summoning caretakers for us to battle. I want to see Jones himself free the Foundation, it only seems right. And eventually, after all these cool moments, the 7 are finally free and they're ready to fight, baby. The last reality are getting bloody destroyed, man, and the 0 point that it was rebuilt by the last reality is all in the middle of it. There are twists and turns everywhere, some that even I can't predict, but all I know is that in the end, we win, we save the 0 point, we defeat the last reality, we save the 7. Jones maybe sacrifices himself, a black hole starts to appear, but a happy one like in 0 Hour. It sucks us in, the OG7 travel back to the OG reality, keeping the timeline the same, the Ice King rifts away, and we cut to black. And then to end it off, we see a cutscene of the new map or whatever, and eventually we fade out, and we see Geno looking over it all. And yeah, that's it, that's the end. Blitz, Reload, and OG will be restored. OG will be in Chapter 2 and will carry on as normal. Reload will get the Ice Moon as a map for a bit, and Blitz will probably get some Avengers Doomsday map or something stupid. Chapter 8 will be a chapter all about Geno rebuilding the Imagined Order. That's my personal theory. Will any of this come true? No. I've heard rumors that Season 2 will be a Norse mythology season anyway, which would ruin the entirety of my predictions, so this video is kind of pointless anyway. I don't know why I'm even making it at this point. This video is all cope on things I want to happen, with some predictions thrown here and there. Oh, yeah, speaking of, here are some random predictions that these are probably more likely to be correct. We're gonna get another controversial icon as a collab. We're gonna get exactly one Jonesy skin in Chapter 7. Season 3 is gonna be the most hated season of the chapter, while Season 1 and 4 are the most loved. The Season 3 Battle Pass will have exactly 4 female skins. The Hammer Assault Rifle and the Thunder Shotgun will be unvaulted at some point. There will be a new cosmetic type. Nick A30 will get cancelled again. Ninja will say something stupid about building. No female Fortnite creators will get an icon skin. Leo will get a locker bundle. Epic Games will send me a cease and desist. Master Chief will get a new skin for Halo Campaign Evolved. We're gonna get a new Doom skin. Fortnite will take exactly 4 months to capitalize on a new trend. The final showdown event will peak at 1.2 million players. A live event will have server issues. Endy will upload exactly 25 videos, not including shorts. Fortnite are going to change the item shop in a way nobody likes. The first Battle Pass skin to be released in the item shop will be Doom. A shotgun in Season 2 is going to be way too overpowered. Comp players will like Season 3, but casuals will like Season 4. Both of them will like Season 2. We will get one collab live event, and finally Fortnite will get into some big controversy in the middle of the year that goes mainstream and gets a lot of eyes on the game, but it turns out to just be a marketing gimmick. We'll come back to this video at some point in Chapter 8 and we'll see if I can even get one prediction right, because I'm convinced that not a single one of these is going to happen. I'm going to be completely serious. Not a single thing. If for whatever reason you enjoyed my serious cope of a video, be sure to subscribe and use code BigCraigd in the Fortnite item shop, or become a channel member. Do what you want to do, or you can click the funny card on the screen, take yourself to a video like this one, but better. Goodbye.